politics, and power. As we continue to discuss the different perspective by which politics could be understood, we turn now to the cultural perspective. Remember, we discussed the political culture of a particular nation. In this particular aspect of focus, we're looking at the construction of the individual within a particular community and how relations which are formed with people causes one to act or not to act in particular way. Culture, which is human behavior that is learnt as opposed to behaviors that are inherited, is in our everyday understanding of the surroundings that we share with people. You learn that way, you act that way, you become that way, and you are that way. So it is very simple. The cultural perspective of understanding politics is merely looking, observing, and understanding the norms of the individual or individuals in a particular area, in a particular locality, in a sovereign state, in a nation. People act as they live, and people do what they know. It is very rare you find someone doing what he or she does not know. In fact, it is almost impossible. So people who understand and who study politics, study the cultural relations of the people, the norms, the customs, the habits, the attitudes, the prevailing virtue of the people, of the nation, of the community that causes individual A to take certain action. And when once you have that down to a science, you now know how to understand, how to control, how to influence, and how to win over the allegiance of a particular person who is of a particular cultural disposition. So, in essence, the cultural approach to political life holds much optimism for someone who is so culturally driven. If human behaviors are learnt, and they are, the behavior can be unlearnt, and society can be improved. So it is not because the prevailing culture of the area is that you must be that throughout. You can unlearn what the culture is, practice a different culture, a different approach, and change things around. So one is not doomed to a particular way of life or to a particular culture or to a particular pattern. But those who control or those who seek to control try to keep others in that particular way of life to their benefit. I mean, those who are acting's benefit, not to the persons who are being controlled. This sounds like a tongue twister, but I am sure that you understand that a man or woman is who they are and what they choose to become. They are never the circumstances of their surroundings. It can be that too, but human nature is such that it can evolve from within its own self to become a different person, and some may say even a better person. In fact, this is written in the good books, and prophets like Robert Nesta Marley and others have immortalized this in song. Every man has a right to decide his own destiny. Every person can think for himself, even if you're part of a dominant culture, a dominant trend, a dominant way of doing things. The cultural perspective, politics, and power.